guess.
I thought most Vex malfunctioned when they were exposed to dark matter, but that new shielding incorporated it.
Maya's Vex co-opting 9 energy is a bad sign, even if you don't think they're working together.
I remember her, but her transformation is a blind spot. What happened that turned her into the conductor?
A fragment of paracausal power touched down on Nessus, and one of her simulations rose out of the VexNet and claimed it. Originally, she was looking for her wife, Gioma, but the Vex she co-opted began to change, to individualize.
She will not find her wife here, but she will find a being who knows.
Evade towering Vex minds, casting a protective signal to the collective, and find a way to bring them down to sow chaos into Vex defenses. I guess so she's trying to reach out to somebody who can truly tap into, what's it called, like real-time travel versus simulated time travel, and she's trying to see if she can help them, have them help her find her wife, probably. It's my best guess as far as why she would even care to be here.
I think we can get through here now. The signal's getting stronger, and it looks like I was wrong before. The dampening broadcast isn't emitting from one point, it's 3. Wait, there's something else. There's an old colonial research terminal still running from when the Ionians landed here. I didn't notice it until we were close, but it looks like the Vex are trying to access it.
Interesting. Let's kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Bring down the dampening broadcast, and in the chaos, we'll crush their incursion into the old colony systems.
Your plan is cracked, Knuckles. I like it.
Maybe we'll change up how we do that and solar.
I'm glad we're taking the direct route. Without you, Guardian, my steps would be mouse squeaks in the floorboard. I've always been more gauntlets and thunder.
We don't have time to be anything but gate crashers. It's the Guardian's forte anyway. If you're looking for quiet, Orin, come back to the city with us when this is over. Rebuild your life in your own hands.
The city sounds like bitter medicine. We'll see.
Can't get in there through there. I'm not sure how we're supposed to get in there. Matter Spark is here. Or am I crazy? How are we supposed to get around? assume this is the way now since we're so small.
My head is buzzing.
That is not a tower. The broadcasts are coming from those giant minotaurs. Stay low, Guardian.
Chase the signal deeper into the lab, but I'm trying. I just don't know which way to go. That door doesn't open. Can't get in through that way. Unless this door opens. Nope.
Look, another concentration of dark matter. Might help keep us out of harm's way.
Oh, I get it. There's something in the grate right here. Duh. Didn't even notice that grate before.
I'm detecting shield projectors nearby, but it's protected by a security lens. One step at a time, Guardian.
Another energy weapon. Oh. Oh.
This should help us get to the security lens.
Check their shields. The interference is dying down.
Let the Pineland splinter, Guardian. Charge! The Vex mine curdles and the dampening field weakens.
Orin, contact the 9. Punch through that Vex interference.
I see a flat vision of you, Guardian. A timely message. A globe spins below you, the planets above. An event into the encoded horizon. I see it. You. The message is a weapon. The weapon is the message. Fate forged. 9 hammer strikes ring. Scattered sparks, cupped in hands. A weapon, quenched in slick oil. I see the outline of sharp Leidenfrost. All that surrounds it is fluid and easily cut away. No volition in given roles. Smoke. It's gone. Damn! Damn, I could almost see it! Oh.
You did great, Orin. Guardian. Seems like the 9 have their eyes on you, too.
Access the Golden Age terminal.
Establishing uplink. Wait. These are detailed records of the collapse.
Oh.
They catalog the Nine's presence as much as the collapse. The Vex study seeds planted in the past to understand how the Nine wove plots around the paracausal.
They know the 9 can manipulate us, and are learning how to work the same way. This data is a playbook for emulating the 9. Ghost, download everything, then purge the console. Orin, did they know we would stop the Vex here?
Of course. They know to meet every triumph with gunpowder thank you cards, and that we'd need to move the Vex aside to reach the singularity. 3. Agency is a quantum indeterminate. Known hope. I remember they spoke like that.
I'm glad your head's clearing up. Quantum indeterminate. But soon you'll be able to make more sense of this than I can.
Only the quarantine is between us and our answers. I can hear victory screaming like fire.
They're both under the impression that it's almost over, that we have, like, the Vex only have so much more time left to stall us, I guess. Destroy Prophet. Oh, dang it.
Lodi. The Guardian found an archive of analytical data the Ionians had recorded during the collapse. I think you deserve to see it.
Really? Miss Ray, that's incredible. Anything, and I mean anything that fills in the gaps between then and now would be mighty appreciated.
I think we're dealing with the inner orbits. Dangling an answer from a string is as clear as they get. Sun through Mars. The 9 are tethered by sentience and soul celestial bodies. They have a lot of time to bicker. The inner want to talk, the outer less so. It's an impasse.
So we're just swept up in the tides of a grand cosmic plan?
No. Placed with intention. I to mentor the new emissary. Drifter's been used for years. The Guardian, something yet to be. And you, High Cora, arranged to hear the message you were promised.
I don't plan on being a sacrificial lamb for the 9. Our destiny isn't up to some unknowable architect. It's ours. Guardian, I've got confirmed intel. The Vex mine maintaining the quarantine has the last strangelet we need to reach 3.
My final tethers to the 9 are snapping. I feel like a live wire fraying. The charge is still there, sparking at the ends.
You won't miss that power? The station? It's a lot to walk from.
The 9's power, the light, it all came from outside myself. I'm looking forward to finding what's left when that all fades away.
I'm glad to hear you say that, and that you're back with us. All the power in the world isn't worth having none over yourself.
I'm getting the impression that this expansion, now that I'm playing it, might not have been received so well, just because we're dealing with the not like something super cryptic like the 9, and not even that. They're talking in a lot of hyperbole in like hidden messages, and it's hard to grasp if you're not really concentrating on what's happening.
Here is reading as being from, not our timeline. They're trying to wall off our path. We'll have to push through some familiar territory to reach the mind maintaining the dampening field.
If the Guardian dismantles it, we'll have enough Strangelet capsules to safely reach the singularity.
And 3's on the other side with our message. One step closer to an answer. One last leap of faith. If Maya can already manipulate time, why all this friction?
Unlike the 9, they're bound by their dimension. Chronal flow applies to all. Time moves forward, never backward. I want answers too, Ikora. We're simultaneous.
All the weird, tiny, whiny, like, over-explanation, plus, like, talking in hyperbole and riddles and stuff like that, it can just be, like, mind-meltingly... I have no idea what's happening. I'm still under the impression that this would have been better as a seasonal thing to kind of, like, loop the 9 into the game first, before immediately jumping into, like, the first major expansion being just about the 9.
Looks like we're about to hit resistance. Get ready.
Resistance. You have reached the end, little ghost. Seeking to avert a catastrophe after the fact. yourself dumb from battle before it ever cuts deep enough to draw blood. But you will try.
It's an ambush, Guardian. Get cover. They're trying to lock us in. Clear a path and let's look for a way to disable those barriers.
This message was for me, Guardian, not you.
The Nine keeps stringing us along. Do they always get the future they determine?
Time is court notation. The known possible scale of everything, but if the tone is set, why scheme against fate? Still, the Nine try, don't they?
Chords have variance to a degree. Tiny alterations in a range.
You're catching on. The Titan in me misses helping people. The city might do me some good.
I'm glad to hear you consider it. You could help us retake Seoul. Start small. Maybe Chicago?
I guess they were setting up the the threads of going to old Chicago and doing all that crazy stuff there. We're just never gonna get it now. But again, I still stand by my opinion that I think doing all this timey-wimey stuff with Edge of Fate is a little too dense for most people. I mean, even me, I'm also kind of struggling with understanding all of the double entendre type of like messaging we're getting here. And my mind is melting trying to understand what they're talking about, and I'm just like, what?
Heavy Vex presence ahead. They're trading fire with an exile raiding party.
But thankfully, no giant minotaurs this time.
The Archon must be using us as a distraction to breach the Vex quarantine.
Too bad they crossed paths with you, Guardian.
Destroying that break deactivated a nearby exile signal. I think they had sealed off one of these buildings.
This... a door in waiting. A bridge across space.
No. There's remnants of Elixir technological signatures in the assimilated architecture here. The house must have been right on top of the anomaly before the Vex pushed them out.
The Archon's been trying to get back in ever since. It makes me think they'll make a push once we bring down the dampening field.
We'll need to be ready, but right now, we kill the noise. Kill the noise and hear our answers.
It's bouncing all over the place. I'm like, where? I think I have the puzzle figured out. Checkpoint reached. I'm being shot at. Stop. Stop!
I haven't felt this since I was emissary. One of the 9 want to speak.
Quitter. Is that you, Buttercup? Release me from those filthy, fleshy hands.
No! My hand resigned a broken contract.
Orin, what's happening?
An unthinkable glimpse. An order. Drawing pinpoint eversion.
No. Too cryptic, Quitter. You want to know how we saved you. Your big ball never tell you that. You are flimsy. For me to stay and burn a while, I'll make the one with the fetching fermions.
Gunsmoke! Stop! Speak to me, not through me. It's my will. Mine!
Quitting didn't take fully?
It did. It's me. I'm me. Those tethers I mentioned still stick to my skin.
So even the 9 are speaking to her, asking her, like, do you want to know how you died instead? Like, we can give you those answers if you just come back to us and be our emissary again. I'm like, nope. Even that kind of information I do not want. Ew, it's all sticky. The Stellar Saying, Kevlar.
If Maya really thought she was inevitable, she wouldn't be trying to stop us. Push through.
The ground keeps shaking and our screen keeps getting a little fuzzy every time that happens.
by a Vex disruption signal. Follow the cabling and we should find the source. These old human colonial outposts have been here for a long time. I wonder what they were researching before they captured this.
Interesting, this just led me into an empty room with nothing in here.
This route will take us straight to the mine, creating the dampening field. Almost there.
You never tire of learning the same lessons. Your response is not necessary. This is not a conversation. You're only meant to listen. How readily you obey fate. A leader without agency. A discarded puppet wrapped in her wires. And the weapon. Guardian, the Nine, flatter you and themselves. But my enemies do not threaten me, because I do not allow it. I command their passivity. They cannot raise their weapons.
I will drag the past to us if I must. That's her plan, isn't it? She knows the Nine can do things the Vex
Yeah,
can't.
they can do real,
Precipitous moments.
legitimate time
The tone
travel.
will change soon.
Yes, it will.
I feel Nine crowding the corners of my cortex. Don't let them in. They'll burn through any non-emissary.
There it is, Guardian. That Vex mind has the capsule we need. I don't care what Maya says. We're on her doorstep. She feels it.
I've had enough of this wall in my brain. I'm looking forward to seeing it crumble.
The mine's defenses are linked to a series of shielded confluxes. I bet we can take it out with this.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I was like, I'm trying my best to just keep my head on a swivel and dodge this thing.
That's it, Guardian. Bring them down. Be the final Strangelet capsule. We did it. The quarantine field is failing.
We just detected a shockwave from the singularity.
My connection is still tethered. Akora, I'm letting 9 in. Talk to me to talk to them.
We have questions.
Commander, answers later. Boss, perihelion around my maypole. But I do have a message for the weapon to be. Guardian, we knew saltwater would evaporate. Missiles aping its solar flares would collide. Humanity was destined to burn. 3 and I. Well, we looked at the valley of unknown space. We saw our nature would nurture the conditions for uppercase light. Your resurrection was enabled by our hand for this purpose. Your action will end the looming horizon. For this you were positioned, set into orbit. This and 3's message to come. Always loved warming your own sunshine.
The well is dry. I have no more answers. I'm sorry.
Wait, so the 9 are saying they planned for me to raise the Guardian?
We are not pawns. We determine our choices, not them. Let's get to the altar of relativity and get answers from 3 ourselves.
Yeah, thankfully the the ghost is simplifying it for us. Like, wait a minute, this thing just said that we planned for me to raise the guardian somehow. How did it know? It's like we put you there exactly at the exact same place at the exact time we needed you to be, and that's how it worked.
My will is my own. It's as frightening as it is freeing. Don't misunderstand me. I didn't choose to be a light bearer. I did choose to be an emissary. And I chose to leave. I don't miss either life. I choose to bear truth. To share fragments I've stowed away from beyond the borders of known space. The knowledge I keep will save others. But first, there is a piece of myself that I left buried to grow in old soil. My ghost, Goal. We planted violet petals from the Golden Age.
Where is your ghost?
My hands, their shell. After we leave here, that's where I'll go. One brief respite until...
Everyone, we have the last Strangelet capsule. Guardian, we need to take this to the Altar of Relativity and get that door open.
This is it. I'm finally gonna learn why I'm here. Big moment. For all of you too, I'm sure.
Yeah. Round of congrats to everyone. But we're not out of the doghouse yet.
Drifter's right. I'm sure the Archon will be on the move soon now that the quarantine is down. And when he does...
Quiet.
Well, her
Yes.
voice sounded very different
You
just
have
now.
reached your goal and torn down my collective's quarantine. This is marginally impressive, but not beyond expectations. You are free to enter and play out your adventure. As I have said, I concluded my business there long ago. All that is left is to see if the Guardians really do make their own fate. Or if you will let the Nine puppeteer your power to their whims. Remember that it is they who manipulated you. They who spent your lives so recklessly to save themselves. They who see you as something lesser. All I am doing is all I have ever done. Improving a broken system. You may remain shielded. Or be drawn into a losing battle. Goodbye, Guardian.
Guardian, drop everything you're doing. The reactor for the Academy is experiencing criticality. If we don't halt Meltdown, it'll bury not just the Ionians, but trigger the Singularity's expansion. It's all at risk. Guardian, lead us in.
All right. Well, we were gonna put the last Strangelet in, but now they're telling us that there's the the power plant for this place is going supernova, and we need to help put that to bed before this whole planet's destroyed. So there's no point in depositing that singularity thing in quite yet, because if we try, it's not going to matter. The whole place is going to blow up before we even get a chance. Black hole expands, swallows the solar system. You can't let that happen. And Maya's still like, yeah, I kind of knew you'd thwart the quarantine zone, but it really doesn't matter. We're still going to win. And Lodi will finally get his answer as to why he's here, although we kind of understand that he's probably going to be the emissary based off of the conversation him and Orin have been having this whole time. Howdy. Shut down the reactor before it's too late. Guardian's looking really good, though. I like our new drip.
Guardian,
they were
this is
timed.
an emergency. The Ionian's energy reactor is on the verge of going supercritical. We need to shut it down, now.
Didn't y'all just fix this thing?
Yup, we sure
Since the
did.
Guardian shut the Vex quarantine down, they're figuring out a way to get to the 9 without it.
If this reactor melts down, it'll charcoal Kepler and wipe out anyone trying to hinder the Vex from controlling the singularity.
And no one will be alive to stop them. Find what caused this.
It's probably the Archon's last bid to try to get this down and over
Wild
with.
hunch, but
Oh.
I think the Guardian found the cause of the meltdown.
The Vex mine.
Focus on the reactor. Keep the Ionians safe. Then deal with the invulnerable Vex. We don't have much time, Guardian. Fight your way through and disable any power nodes you can find.
Every energy plant has to have a supply of coolant on hand to submerge the core in an emergency.
If you can find it, I'll route it back to the reactor, Hero. Go!
We need to get the Ionians evacuated. If this place goes nuclear, the temple, the caldera, everything is squarely within the blast radius.
Damn it. The Ionians are too dispersed to reach all of them before boiling conversion.
Guardian, buy us as much time as you can. We'll assess our options. Lodi, do the Ionians have any kind of shelter they can get to quickly? Bunkers or even a cavern system?
Damn it! This thing's hemorrhaging coolant like a severed head!
I'm beneath the reactor. Its reservoir is cracked, but I can contain the pressure. Obucus will just have to continually breastfeed. And Cora, don't worry about me.
Like, I'm gonna have to be continuously resurrected by my ghost in order to buy us enough time. Well, like, I'll use stasis, and I'll use stasis over and over and over again in order to, like, cool down the reactor core. I'll be dying perpetually while you're working, but... I'm not sure where that's causing the shielding just now.
What if we could get help? 3 wanted us here alive. What if they could intervene?
Make the call. Guardian, buy Lodi time. I'm beneath the reactor. Approaching now.
Temps aren't stable yet, but we're making headway. Cora, you holding together the coolant walls?
Something's wrong. 3 isn't talking. I was just flashes. Brooklyn, but everything's on fire. Is this the collapse? Oily rain? Heads tip back. People don't know it's irradiated.
Lodi, we're running out of time.
Talk to me, please. 3, we need help. It's just showing me things. An eruption in a tundra, a bear boiling in mud, in a forest of ash. 3, the reactor is melting down. We need you to help us. Stop showing me a meteor. Talk to me. Damn it, why are you showing me this? Why won't you help?
Cut the connection. Lodi, Orin, find cover. We're on our own.
The unknowable god doesn't want to help. What a surprise. They're just gonna leave you dying on repeat.
Oh, the unknowable gods aren't gonna help. They just want to leave you dying on repeat, because that's easier. Yeah, they're talking in metaphors and riddles and stuff like that. It's hard to understand what their motivations are when even the people who are picked to interpret their will, but even they don't understand it quite fully. And I'm like, okay, how am I supposed to make sense of it? But the power of hindsight, I guess, since we know so much more than they do, at least as of now we do. Follow the power cables on the ground. Gotta get in there somehow. We had plenty of time, but we're still on a time limit. We don't want to be on a time limit.
Disasters.
We've got something more reliable than a god. Guardian, my faith lies with you. If they won't save us, then we'll just have to save ourselves.
Oh, hell yeah, sister. Now you get it.
I'm assuming she's using Shadebinder over and over again in order to like keep cooling down the reactor, although stasis is only so good. Did I not get in? Or did I take the wrong turn? Oh no, I'm going up and over. Where's the teleporter?
Nine murdered a mortal so she could be useful in her next life. And abducted her friend to use him as a puppet. They'll casually rearrange the life of the Guardian but won't lift a finger to help. My role may be set, but I will not play it passively. I will hold the reactor together with my bare hands. I will move time and space to hold them accountable. And I will enact my future on my own terms. If the 9-1 I core arrays so badly, then here I am!
There you are.
Your will is your own!
Hell yes! That's what I'm talking about!
Underneath that thing, Miss Ray?
Holding it together in there while the Guardian got it stable out here.
You always were a tough one. How many times did you die?
As many as it took to finish the job.
You've got everything you need. Split that Hydra from the reactor. Then, let's finish the job.
Where's Matter Spark? Oh, there it is. Forgot where I even saw it.
reactor shut down again, how stable are the Ionian's power sources? Will the altar still hold?
It's not a permanent solution, but our efforts should have given the Ionian's generators a serviceable amount of juice. The altar should remain stable, and we'll still be able to get through.
3's waiting for us on the other side of that door.
Ms. Ray, not to rush us, but the Vex are flocking to the Singularity. We should follow. I want answers.
As do I. You and I have come too far not to know the reason why we're here. And we're only beginning to understand what they changed for the Guardian.
Alright, back to Caldera so that we can input this stupid thing finally. Now that we've prevented the nuclear meltdown that was about to happen here. I think I'm going to switch to Celestial Nighthawk. Oh. Yeah, whatever, let them beat on us, we're leaving. I'm going to switch to Celestial Nighthawk for the last little bit.
Wait! Wait, Guardian! Orin, hold up. I feel like the L train during rush hour all over. Queuing up in here. The 9 need us.
The vote. Of course they want to do it now. I remember my own transfer. There wasn't much fanfare. Zer was miscreated. They seemed eager to move on.
They have to vote on something? What do they have to vote on? Meet with Lodi and Orin near the altar.
Guardian, hurry. The 9 want to talk. Formally, and they're not too keen on waiting.
Yes. Pressed glass. Light shining. Standard procedure. Let them in.
Oh, good. I was worried they would start without...
Nice of you to answer. Quitter, your vessel is required.
You may borrow.
Temporarily.
Your captured audience assembles.
Invitation to notarize transfer. Tonight the weapon answered.
Speak what eight have spoken.
Quiet your clods and gases. We all have else things to be. But only one right now.
I hold the vessels. Old.
And new.
This quitter is an outcast, but still connected and useful.
This beautiful boy is the emissary to be. Paperwork permitting. And you, Guardian, you are the weapon we chose by right and trial.
The weapon guides the transfer on the edge of its paracausality to shroud this chained sequence, to fell Vex and parry prediction. Be ours.
Kneel! Kneel. And let your knobby quarks press the hadrons. Do all present here ratify this contract? Aye or nay?
Denial!
Predictable. My vote is aye. Obviously.
Emissary appointment, declination, weaponized flesh tool, affirmation.
As you sustain us, you will sustain us. 4 accept.
Yea, unsheath the weapon. But reactionary choices. Empty-seated. Nay, to the emissary.
Stupid to ignore threat, arm ourselves. We never move without intermediaries. I to all.
Complete, abject, insulted refusal!
Ridiculous! 6. We are at war. 1 casts our vote in the affirmative.
This council sees the weapon loosed, but stands unmoved to ratify an emissary. 8 votes cast. 1 remains. It is required. Weapon, you are charged with seeking the final vote. 3. Our vacant gives you what you need.
So they would vote to have us be their weapon, but only if all 9 can vote.
I'm gonna throw up.
Seek 3 at the altar. All paths converge, guardian weapon.
So the real vote, yes, but only if all 9 vote, even if it's not a unanimous
Guardian,
vote.
all the 9 seem to know what the weapon is for, but I don't have a clue.
All I felt when they were talking about whatever you were for was terror.
They were all afraid about casting their vote for something. They're like, I don't know what they're voting to need you for a weapon for, but that when I was translating for them, they all seemed terrified at the idea that you're even required for a vote. Did I read this wrong? Am I on the right side of this? Maybe not, actually. I thought I was right there, but there was no prompt to start a mission. They voted on a new emissary, and they voted on us being a weapon for their use for something that they're not specifying. I guess they don't think it's important to tell us what they need us for. Oh, here it is. Boonk. Is it straight down? Oh, it is straight down to the core. Ooh. The message. Confront Archon Livsvac under the heart of the singular and uncover the mystery. Oh, someone's calling.
Guardian, you have 1 new call.
1 new call. Cell phone.
I
Drifter.
know folks speculate about my haul behind my back. But what they don't realize is, I don't know a damn thing about it either. Arnor called it an engine of pure potential. But potential for what? I never knew, or cared. Long as I fed it dark motes, it kept spitting out primevals. And that was good enough for me.
Interesting.
But since we arrived here, that old hall's been acting real squirrely. Like it's trying to give me the slip. I never thought of the motes we put in there as sentient. Of course, all the baddies you dusted probably felt some kind of way about it. But the motes themselves, I reckoned they were just leftover scraps from your target practice. But the way the hall's yapping at me, I think maybe they wanted to be dunked. And now, they want out.
Alright, confront Archon Livsvac under the heart of the singularity and uncover the mystery behind the invitation that what brought you to Kepler. Finally, the last mission, I hope. I don't know if there's going to be a mission list for this, but we'll see. After we're done with this campaign.
Lodi, before we get further, the woman you knew, what was her name?
You just said you didn't want to know, and now you do? Yeah, you said you didn't want to know.
I want to know who I'm fighting for.
Oh my god.
You're fighting for the most fearless person I know. And when we get to that god, you're going to ask him why they killed Dr. Nella Davis.
Come on, dude. You don't want to know. Don't ask questions you don't want to know. You literally had a whole thing of being like, I don't need to know. And then you're like, well, actually, I kind of want to know. I was like, yeah, of course you do. Because everyone does when they figured it out for the first time. I'm going to find out that my guardian was like a gas station attendant at a 7-Eleven or something. Something very basic in comparison. Like someone so unremarkable that they've become the most remarkable person in the world just as a joke. Singularity.
The transfer was successful. My senses are beginning to settle. I feel smaller.
Couldn't help but count while you all were calling the 9, but, where was 3?
Absent. And I remember I know why. I'm supposed to tell you something.
You have your chisel, Orin. Use it, and find us clarity.
And now that she's no longer officially the emissary and they voted for Loda to be the emissary, her brain is finally starting to unscramble. And she's like, yeah, I can kind of like remember why I needed to talk to you guys. Like it's starting to come back to me now, finally. Is it this way? I actually don't know which way we're supposed to go.
The Vex and the Singularity. Maya's goal has always been to return to the Golden Age, but a black hole won't get her there.
But maybe a member of the 9 could. She came to make a deal with 3. Trade the current age for the Golden Age?
A trade like that wouldn't be possible. The 9 can bring anything forward in time, but nothing ever goes backward. 3 would have told her as much.
Maya's echo means no isn't an answer.
This sounds like it isn't about simple refusal, though. It's a matter of physical impossibility.
When Maya spoke to us in the gorge, she said she did what she came here to do. But we're not back in the Golden Age. What did she try to do?
The echo can compel, but it cannot force the impossible. We can't worry about this now, Guardian. We need the Archon out of the way. Then we'll deal with Maya.
Interesting. Okay, so now that we're all done with the timey-wimey stuff and we're done trying to guess what's happening, they're just flat out telling us what they're doing. So the 9 have the ability to travel back and forward through time. They can go into the past to like make edits, but they can't like physically bring someone there. But like they just said, like the echo we have will compel them to say yes, even if they know they can't. So she's potentially going to do something impossible that even the 9 can't exactly fix, and that'll cause issues in the long run. So we have to stop her. I gotta stop the Archon. We can't let them do something stupid either. Okay, so here's where we needed to go first. Yeah, I was gonna say, I assume I can't touch this. So where do we go from here? Any further down? Is there something below I can shoot? Can't get up and over. There's not another hole to get through. I need Matter Spark, but it's on the other side of this wall. Try this now. Okay, yeah, it makes a wall. Matter Spark. Matter Morph, I guess. Opens the door. Dang it. Hmm. So I think I need to get over here, grab Matter Morph, and then get back over there before this expires. Not sure what I just did. If we go back, I guess I'll figure it out. Okay, it looks like the door just opened over here. Oh no, I came from this way, so maybe up top? Yeah. Oh, rally banner. Crazed mind touched by the singularity. This does not take down the shield. That actually might just be nothing. So that's what that's for. God bless it. Okay, we got it. We got it. I think I have an idea. missed my shot. I'm out of ammo. There you find him.
The giver must not be approached. Exiles, prevent the deathless advance!
Is anyone else freezing? Muscles are locked? I feel awful. Something's wrong. Orin?
I felt that too, the day after I quit. Joints locking up, frozen, head to toe. Something was very, very wrong. The Archon is hiding the truth from his people. Drifter, you need to bring your ship close. I'm remembering part of the message I was meant to deliver. Ready the derelict. Bring the wall.
What? Why?
Because I'm supposed to tell you now.
This is not a message you're supposed to know until after you need to know it, so now I'm telling you that you need to bring it here now. Alright. Activate this terminal. I assume it powers down the shield up ahead. Mattermorph is here, but I didn't know what it was for. Oh, it's back this way. Dang it.
I'm nearly in eyesight. There's a lot of exiles on the ground.
More than any number can count. Annihilate 1 and 3 will roar in my voice. The Giver and its answers are unreachable. Exiles, take down the Deathless ship.
Taking heavy fire!
Do we have a direction to go? We came from that direction. There we go. I was gonna say, I assume we go up. God, this place is confusing sometimes. I'm just like walking around trying to figure out which doors are right. There we go. Where does this go? Jesus Christ. Okay, I'm trying to think how we want to do this. I was like, am I looking at this too smart? Oh, I think I am looking at this way too smart. And I was trying to think of like, oh, we can just like use a different teleporter to just bring this over there. I'm like, no. We don't even need to get it there. That thing only helps us find our way around. Ugh, frickin' hell. Okay, now it'll make sense. Tear that down. Mattermorph is here. So we bring this back out. Throw that. God, I was like, am I being stupid? Little bit stupid. Activate this. Turn that off. I think I have an idea, because like this thing is gonna climb over this, right? Pick up the relocator. Yeah, because it's gonna oscillate back and forth. So I actually have to jump on this thing and just stand on it while this thing runs back and forth. God, I was like, children's puzzles, yeah, I get it, but like I didn't get a highlight or even like a clue as to where I was going. It just looked like a giant cavern, and I'm like, close. No, wow, I mistimed it. I thought I did it just in time. Dang it, I even mistimed it again. Come on, spawn back in before this thing starts going back the other direction. God. There we go. Okay, now that we're here... here, turn this off. This puzzle reveals itself. Okay, so I was close. It's like, this is where we have to go. This rally banner. Fury of the Archon. What the heck? Okay, something just randomly blew up in my face. I didn't even know what that was. I think I'm gonna put on a stasis weapon. I think I'm still gonna keep a Celestial Nighthawk in play. 'Cause that'll be good burst damage. Ow, ow.
missiles just ran outside. Archon's not bluffing. Can't get close to whatever the hell that is. I'm taking too much fire.
No! This is how it happens, isn't it?
I don't need to breathe. Ikora, why don't I need to breathe? Am I dying?
Hold on, Lewis. We're almost there.
Both these crackheads are freaking out. They're like, oh my god, I can't breathe. Am I not supposed to breathe right now? I'm like, oh my god, dude, you guys gotta relax. Alright, we're gonna switch it up because I think we're gonna be dealing with something that's further at range now. I think we'll still keep Celestial Nighthawk, but I definitely need to switch to something else. Man, all their armor they're giving us is not even like tier 5 armor. It's powerful stuff, but it's not stuff that's moving the needle for tier 5 loot. Alright. Oh my god, we're just back out here again. Okay, now that those 2 boss fights are done, are we getting to the 3rd and final boss fight, probably?
My chisel is sharp. The message is clear. I understand what was forgotten. 3 is dead.
The 9 that invited us here is dead?
I'm so sorry. It was like a block in my mind. The 9 wouldn't let me remember until now.
They brought us here to tell us something. They rearranged our entire lives. For what?
There has to be a reason. What type of message are we supposed to hear from the dead?
The end of endings has been revealed. See how the blood of the giver feeds the singularity.
They're using 3's body to widen the black hole. They made the singularity. We need to hurry before we're overtaken.
Train the giver. Devour its flesh beyond flesh, my exiles. Coast the infinite. And you, Deathless, I will cut you down long before the singularity grows large enough to swallow you.
It's
the
some sort of...
Archon is the only thing between us and the answers we deserve. Bury him, Guardian.
It's some sort of large eldritch creature, like a giant eyeball with tentacles. Very striking imagery. I do like this imagery here, but it just took so long for us to even get here. And Kepler, I don't even know if we're at the bottom of Kepler, on the edge of Kepler. I can't tell where we are. I can't tell if we're on an asteroid. The space, like, the play space doesn't make sense, really. I can already tell that this is going to be a boss arena. It's a giant platform out in the middle of empty space. How'd they get here with their ship? Better rally now. Okay.
The grand design speaks of the end, dear ones. All of this is as foretold. It is why we prepare, why we readied our bodies and conglomerated our minds.
Inside that thing.
It's a Prison of Elders.
It appears to be drawing
cell
power from the catch above. We'll need to power it down to get him out. Guardian, let's get to that catch.
Exiles, did I not foretell of a ruinous villain? The grand design promises victory in the face of our greatest foe.
Oh god. Is it just through the middle? Very convenient that all this matter spark and these pylons are only accessible through matter spark. I'm like, how'd they get in there?
From the catch. That should get the Archon out into the open.
Kepler will rend into infinity as exiles return, riding the miracles of the event horizon home.
Oh hell. That was pretty cool. We just blew up all the different brigs that were here.
Deathless. I'm fated to flame in the shadow of the killer's carcass as you are fated to die. Face me, weapon of the Nine! This was not the path of the grand design. Incorrect, false, trickster, deathless, ruiners. More, my exiles, we need more. Recommand the servitors. Whatever they will find is their last. We must feed the singularity. We must rise to become House Ascendant. My exiles, today is the day long promised.
Looks like we need Matter Spark to strip the shield from those servitors and keep shielding him. I gotta wait until I get my Matter Spark supercharged. I assume. I don't think. Holy hell, I almost died just now because I got like tethered in the sky.
Cry praise for the second whirlwind! Prophesied to win. I saw my victory. I saw it through 1,000 eyes. I have been humiliated. How could you take everything from me? I was a house. You made me a ruin. I always triumph in the grand design. Through my suffering, still we rise.
Oh, it was just a new teleporter spawned in. I got super scared for a second.
eternity. In the singularity's embrace.
I just had the craziest idea I've ever had in my life. What if we can wake it up? What if that's what the hall is for? Play the game. I spent years filling it with energy. The Hall knows what it was made for.
3 intervened so Drifter would bring the means to revive them. Brought Lodi to give them a voice. Summoned the weapon in myself so we would hear their message.
I don't want to see 3 again. You were brought here to raise the dead, bring them to life. They'll close the tear. Wake them and listen.
Orin, wait. This call is different than the others? What happens to me if they're dead?
I guess you'll find out.
Guess so. Whatever you see, don't worry about me.
What's gonna happen if I make this call and they're dead?
I was made for this. Line's open, weapon.
On your signal, hero.
You got us here, Guardian. Now get us the answers we deserve.
What am I supposed to do? Just stand here and wait? Just wait for it to be over? Oh boy, finally. Man, that boss fight, that other puzzle room was like way harder than these boss fights actually. Oh, Jesus Christ. All right.
When you're ready.
Oh, it's signaling Drifter to come through. That was weird. That was like a live action trailer, and then it went to a pre-rendered cutscene.
Not running from this one. As much as I'd like to. Not every day you resurrect a god.
It's aging him somehow? I don't even know how that's physically possible to age a Guardian. Somehow he was getting older while he was doing this. Where'd it go?
You stand here, that I would not die alone again.
If you cannot give me what I want, what can you do?
Still I die afraid, at your sister's command.
You are a being who bends all rules. Why do you fear breaking this one?
A death ensures extinction. Listen carefully, children of my earth. To survive, you must bind the 9. It cannot be done. The weapon will do it. Strike true, weapon. Goodbye, Ambassador. Goodbye, Commander.
Come, coward.
And it goes back to normal cutscene. I hit him with a healing grenade. That was funny. So those things can heal other people besides Guardians.
Trick. Thanks, Fred. I'm fine. I'm dead again. Or 3 is dead again. The 9 can't exist here. Same as we can't exist in a painting.
3 said their death starts a chain reaction that leads to extinction. But if they went through all the trouble to get us here, to send a message to the children of their Earth...
Then it must be a warning, not a promise. 3 gave us instructions to prevent extinction.
Bind the 9. dying wish to save us.
So Maya was trying to like command him to send her back in time, but I guess it refused, or I guess it said that it couldn't do it because it was an impossible task. I can't send somebody back in time. I can influence events in the past to have a different outcome for the future, but there's no pushing us back in time. We got Matter Spark upgrade 3. With the Archon defeated, you have gained the power to summon Matter Spark at any time. Matter Spark can be summoned the same way you would summon a sparrow. Try using the Matter Spark shortcut nearby to get to the Ultra relatively faster. Okay, so these are like fast travel points. That's good. Meet with Loda in your fight and discuss what you've learned. His
We're
robes are
asked
blue
to
and
do
white now.
something we're told is impossible, on threat of universal extinction. All 3 of our lives altered by the Nine to bring us here. To receive the message. Guardian, weapon. Ambassador Lodi. And me. Vanguard commander, apparently.
And I never meant to go into politics. I still don't know what I am now. But I know I'm still me. I want to help. I want to say hello. The heavens aren't raining fire yet. All we can do is pray that 3 bought us the time we need and get to work.
More or less, yeah. There you go. We're all just staring up at this.
It's back. The hall is back, like it never left.
And you look older. For some
Take
reason.
a good hard look. Nine touched. They won't let me go. We eat our hearts out trying to help, but things always get worse. That's fate. Long life just means you get a good view of the carnage.
We're not out of the game yet.
Yeah. We're in it. As pawns.
I'll go after him. We will figure this out.
Drifter doesn't like the idea of having being a pawn, and he likes
you both
his
know
fate
my
being his
situation.
own.
This is my time now. I want to be of service. Is there a place on Earth for me?
What kind of colleague would I be to leave an agent behind?
So he won't be on. He's not going to be here anymore. He's going to be back on Earth. For an emissary, he at least talks to us. That's good. Meet with Lodi and the Caldera, discuss his intel. Yeah, because he's not. Unlike a traditional. There's so many side missions to do here. Holy hell! Unlike a traditional emissary like Orin, he's actually kept most of his autonomy, other than the brief messages he needs to send to us.
When 3 spoke through me, I think I saw time the way they do. Flat. Like I was high up and could see my life all at once. It was hard to make out where I came from. It was so far away, but I could see where I am. I fit here. Like 3 knew I was the best agent to poach. What can I say? I bring that special something you won't find for another 1,000 years. From that vantage, way up high, I saw that I don't go back. And someday that'll be okay. Because I'm needed here.
Yeah, he just came to
I
terms
can
with the
be
fact
the
that I'm literally never
emissary
going back.
humanity needs. Create a bridge between us and the extra-dimensional suits. Bind the 9. That'll be dangerous. Sounds fun.
I'm the emissary now. 2 feet in 2 worlds. Bourne said first thing she did was make a new look for the role. I think she was onto something. Everyone in the future just has the worst sense of style. I'm sorry. I can't hold it in anymore. You are wonderful people, but you all look ridiculous.
Come on,
anyway,
dude.
If you're looking for next steps, Weapon, I've got intel on something that might interest you. The 9 found something from the old office. Thought you might be interested.
What? I look ridiculous. This is like some of the best strip I've had in like years. It's still pretty consistent, actually. A scared liminal space, altar of reality. The edge of fate. As you approach the altar, you feel a strange kind of hum. It's not audible, but you can feel it both physically and paracausally within you. There's something else there, a new feeling. It's not anything you've experienced before. It's some kind of resonance beyond the physical and paracausal. You feel satiated, and yet there's a sense that there is much more to whet your appetite on this planetoid. And somewhere else, it seems like you've taken your first step into a larger, stranger world. Gravitation through ages. Speak to Lodi. Lodi has information on a mysterious lost weapon. Speak with him to learn more about the weapon and its whereabouts. Step 1 of 15. Oh my sweet Jesus.
Guardian, Lodi shared with me what 3 told you. Showed you that their death was at the conductor's hand. She didn't get what she wanted, but in her tantrum opened something more frightening. The singularity. It's coming from inside 3. It will lead to unknown space. Follow her and find what the conductor and her Vex intend to do now they killed the one being who could help them.
Explore for secrets and earn gear. Deceive. Protect drifters' dark matter extraction operations. Keep an eye out for Kepler map, and this activity only appears once in a while, but the rewards you for your time. The ultra relativity hums as you approach with an armament for the weapon materialized. Collect your reward for completing all missions on legendary difficulty. At Colossus difficulty? I'm still running Paragon mod. What does this do? Moirai? Threaded spike can bounce to tangles, detonating them and returning immediately. Tangles detonated by threaded spike are rewoven and retrieved by it. Catches without a tangle refund extra melee energy. So this just helps you receive tangles from a distance. This is one of the few armor sets that actually didn't have an ornament for it. Oh no, that green's gonna stick around too. That green does not go away. Did it drop as... Oh, it just dropped at Colossus. So this is a primary stat super, secondary stat health. It's fine. Alright, I think it's finally over. It seems like it's all just the side quests and Bungie item available for purchase. There's still one more Matter Spark upgrade left. I thought all the upgrades were here. I guess I have all upgrades I need to do the freaking I think I have all the things I need right now in order to like find all the secrets and puzzles on the map now. So we're basically done with that. I think that the story's finally over, thank God. This story was really long. it seemed very disconnected to start. Permanently increase the gear tier for all Kevlar gear rewards by 1. Exchange? Exchange for what? And purchase the reset mysterious on the outer steps region. Heavy burst, 2-handed sidearm weapon. Hand cannon. Are these like different? No, these aren't even like hollow foils of these guns, are they? They kind of look like they might be. There we go. This is their hollow foil. Look to them. That's how they're supposed to look. Okay. It's over. We finally finished the campaign for this one. It was fine. I think could have been a lot better had we actually, like... I hate talking to the 9 because they are so... timey-wimey, and they're so hard to understand exactly what they're even talking about. And, like, I'm having to, like, piece it together. Select the world 2 on the map to see all available difficulties. We have now access to Fable and Mythic difficulties for increased challenge and greater rewards. You can just leave it here, actually. Just because Mythic tier is 240, and I'm already at 4 something, so... I don't know if it'd be any harder than Legendary, but it can't be much worse than that. And it doesn't really matter, because we're going to be doing most of this grinding and all this other story stuff. Getting all these exotics and these side quests done off-screen before we jump into Renegades. I had a fine time with it. It was fine. The update for Pinnacle Ops and stuff like that has been really rewarding in the background. Obviously, I'm using weapons and armor that you didn't even see me grind for on screen, just because I unfortunately had to, like, tear my way from having fun with Destiny to record the campaign just to get it, like, on, just to get the footage for the channel. It was a good time. I've been having fun with Destiny again. It's nice to have a game where you can just kind of jump in and not really pay attention to what you're doing anymore. Watched a couple YouTube videos about the fall and rise and fall again of Destiny and Bungie as a whole, so we'll see how this game shakes out and see what happens with the company as a whole. I have no idea what's going to happen, actually. I had a prediction that we'd hear finalized sort of news at the end of July. I'm still holding on to my prediction on that. We predicted this a while ago as far as Bungie and Marathon and Destiny not landing in a great spot, and unfortunately it looks like that was 100% true. It ended up coming to pass, which nobody likes to say I told you so, but, you know, I told you so. It seems in the end the biggest issue this game has ever had has always been management. Management has single-handedly killed one of the most profitable franchises in gaming history, just because they are absolutely stupid and they just squandered a great opportunity for the gaming franchise stuff. I don't know what'll happen with Bungie now. Weirdly enough, we're getting like a remake of their game that put them on the map, which was Halo, and that comes out at the end of July. I wanted to do a breakdown of all the different Halo games. I probably said that in the wrap-up of our Halo Combat Evolved playthrough, but I don't know if I'll have time to do that, actually, now that Destiny's gotten its big update. There's other games I wanted to cover before then. I might cover one more Halo game, we'll see. I'm going to try to play for fun, and I don't know if we're going to go jump into Pantheon again. I think Pantheon is something that it'll always be here. There's no rush to jump into Pantheon immediately. You can just jump in whenever you feel like it, which is cool. I don't know if it'll always have a population to play, but if that's not the case, I won't say sorry about it. I'll just be happy that I got to play when I got to play. Their armor that you can get for Pantheon looks pretty decent. I just don't want to play Pantheon again. I had a great time playing Pantheon initially when it first came out way back when. I did it for the channel. We did it because it was a limited time event and I wanted to get that title. I don't know if I want to test myself like that again now that I know that Destiny doesn't really have anything to work towards after this update. After everyone's had a chance to play this update and to really sink their teeth into, they'll grind for the weapons and gear they want. They'll do everything they want to do, and then after a certain point, the population will slowly stabilize and kind of drop off and kind of level out. And by then, I mean, I don't know what'll happen to the game. I'm worried that with Bungie being in deep trouble, half the studio or more than half the studio will get laid off to help them try to finish up with Marathon, and then after Marathon has been well and truly cooked, I think they'll just lay off the entire company, honestly, or have them as a really small support studio. It's crazy that Bungie was like a AAA juggernaut that launched like a dynasty in terms of Halo, and all of a sudden they're being completely dismantled, and but it's mostly due to their own fault, not to the employees, but mostly to from the company executives and just poor mismanagement and ridiculous goals and revenue expectations and stuff like that. Like, I don't know where they were pulling these numbers out of their butts, but I watched a video today with Acid and reacting to somebody's more or less like their documentary covering all the drama in Destiny's history up until now, and a lot of stuff happened, and I'm just like, man, dude, I cannot believe I forgot about some of the things that happened with this game and with this company. I might link it in the description or put like a card up on screen so you guys can go watch it, because it was very interesting actually to see it all from like a monetary budgetary perspective. I'm like, wow, it sure looks like management just kept shooting themselves in the dick over and over and over and over again, and then they just don't understand why the company's folding. And I'm just like, you guys just clearly just dropped the ball big time. And it sucks that the company employees and the fans are paying the price for it, because there's nothing left to be done. Based off that information we were given, there's literally no hope for Bungie at this point. It's just sinking ship. The Destiny team that's there right now, I don't even think I don't know how many people are doing bug fixes and patches. I know if it's like 400 people, maybe 100 people are working right now, and the other 300 are just prepping their resumes and just packing up their shit and just getting it ready to move all that stuff out at the end of the month. So it sucks to be one of those people, but man, dude, you guys at least could see that the entire time they could have given us really cool stuff. They could have put out really cool content. They just couldn't, because management wouldn't let them. Monetization came first, making money came first. Can't give them too much to eat too quickly. Even if we could literally do it, it's just not profitable that way. Gotta drip feed them, keep them coming back for more and for longer. I said this before and I say it again, I don't know what'll happen with Bungie and with Destiny as a whole. I'm one of the few who has a hot take where I don't really care what happens to Bungie. I love the devs, don't get me wrong, but if getting a Destiny sequel of any kind means that we have to keep Bungie as it is right now, or we have to put this company and this franchise on ice so they can build up a whole new team, whole new engine, a whole new way of making this game more streamlined so that they could get that game out quickly, more cheaply, and make it so that its monetization is less egregious than this game had, I would probably be for it. If that means liquidating all of Bungie, which means getting rid of the toxic executives in the process, dude, I think most of the community would gladly be okay with that. I don't want to see the devs get laid off, obviously, but I said it before and I'll say it again. I don't care about Bungie. I just want Destiny to succeed. Bungie has had plenty of time to do whatever it is they want to do. If they want to go work on Marathon, if they want to go do other games besides Destiny, go for it. They did the same thing when they jumped ship from Microsoft for Halo when they made Destiny. They're doing it again with Destiny, jumping on to Marathon. I know I think maybe the majority of the devs who are working on Marathon right now just understood that like nobody wanted to play Marathon. Nobody wanted to work on it. It was just a company mandate because they had to fluff up their numbers for the portfolio. It's a big thing. So again, if you guys are curious as to why Bungie decided to just shoot themselves in the foot with all their poor decision makings, again, look at that video that I'll leave in the card up there. And then Acid much bigger YouTuber than us when it comes to those Destiny hot takes and a little bit more insight. I'm just looking from the outside looking in as a game designer perspective and a fan perspective, but he's been to a lot of the conventions and got to sit down with the devs specifically, and so maybe he has a little bit more knowledge and a little bit more nuance to provide, but it'll be what it'll be, guys. Well, we've had fun. I'm still having fun. I'm playing this game religiously again, which is both a good thing and a bad thing, but you know what? I am just glad that I'm having fun with the franchise again. So, I would say subscribe for more Destiny. I just don't know how much more Destiny there is going to be left to show off. After we get through Renegades, we might do a couple more videos of us just having fun and us just playing a lot of the activities. I know there's like going to be a community challenge for like the Ergo Sum Catalyst again. I kind of hope they make it so that like you don't have to play Excision and 12-man Excision in order to get the Ergo Sum Catalyst. It'd be nice if they could just make it available for everybody. Some catalysts that are tied behind raids and dungeons, I'm hoping that they make it so that you don't need a 6-man fire team in order to get those catalysts all the time. Getting 6 people together years down the road could be really difficult, so I mean, I don't even know how they'll future-proof it, because they're only going to have enough time for maybe one more patch for this game, and then that'll be literally it. Whatever happens in the game, that's just how the game's going to be. Yeah, guys. Anyways, I'll see you guys all next time.